Solo, A Star Wars Story is really a movie that none of the fans have ever asked for. But now that Disney owns Star Wars, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get all of the Star Wars anyone could ever want shoved down their throats, for better or worse. And honestly, while this movie is incredibly corny and cringy at times, I still did have a decent time with it.
What do you think? Well, what do you know?
You got a line on a ship?
Yeah, I know a guy. He's the best smuggler around.
I heard a story about you. I was wondering if it's true.
Everything you've heard about me is true.
So as a Star Wars fan, I should love this movie. And, that I didn't, and that sparked so much, kind of debate among people, shows that the movie isn't really effective. But at the same time, I wouldn't blame Ron Howard for it. Because, the actual filming of the movie is good. I'm sure he probably reshot 90% of the film or something. And, he didn't really have that much responsibility with the story. So, what he did with it was good. But I just think that it has so much of that prequel-itis. Some but not different from what, the prequel trilogy had. But this one, it's just that, they mentioned a Kessel Run, so we gotta do that. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, we gotta mention where he get his name Solo. Okay, we'll get that. Okay, you gotta talk about how Han met Chewie. Okay. Anything else? And it's like they have to go through everything they possibly mentioned, and show it in the movie. And it's just at some point, you don't need to know everything about Han Solo. That's what you kind of like about him. The more you learn about him, it kind of feels like, the Star Wars, the first movie, was the intro to the Han Solo character. And you don't really need this movie or a trilogy of movies to, show everything about him. But, at the same time, it's kind of a fun science fiction heist movie. And, I really did not like Alan Ehrenreich as Han Solo. Just because he was okay, but he did not feel like Han Solo. He did not feel at all like him. And it's just, I feel like they chose the time too close to the actual character. Harrison Ford did not look like that. And, Alan Ehrenreich is not going to turn into Harrison Ford in a year or two. But, it felt like they were going to do a Han Solo story, have him do it younger or something. But with it, how it is now, it's just, I found myself enjoying the movie more if I, turn my brain off, and that this is not Han Solo. This is another ne'er-do-well in the Star Wars universe that we've never met. And he's having adventures. And, he's a Han Solo-like character, but he's not actually Han Solo. I found myself enjoying the movie a lot more if I did that mental gymnastics. In general, all of the actors did a pretty good job. I especially like Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian. And it was a little disappointing to have Sandy Newton as the Val character and the other one, Alien with multiple arms character, pop up in the beginning and then just disappear right away. I wish that they would, that's one of the only black characters we've ever had, other than some of the main ones. So I wish he would have stayed on, and, instead of, some of the other characters. But, that they had to have some impetus for the rest of the movie. And, I liked a lot of the stuff. I liked Emilia Clarke. I like, even though it's another white brunette heroine in the Star Wars movies, it's kind of getting real ridiculous. I know you think you get at least a blonde or something different than another brunette space woman. But, it's what they do with their characters is kind of cool. And, I kind of like the L337 or whatever character. But at the same time, it's kind of played like the SJW sort of character. But the goofiest thing I got is that this confirmed that droids have, sexual organs. Yeah, there's some funny stuff with L3. But, at the same time, she kind of at least hints or that, droids, at least she has a robo-vagina. So I'm not sure if that means that C-3PO has a robo-dick, or if she maybe just duct tapes a fleshlight between her legs, because she implied that, oh, it works. Like, when she was like thinking about having a relationship with Lando, she's like, yeah, we're not compatible. It's like, oh, we're not, he loves me, but I don't love him. And I'm like, well, how would you even, well, trust me, it works. And, but it's just kind of goofy. And I don't know what, like, that character is meant to be. Like, I know it's kind of like, it's kind of similar to the Rogue One character, but a female, where, like, a punky droid that goes along for most of the ride. And I don't know, some of the stuff that happens with her when she decides to free the other robots is kind of funny, but her character is a little over the top. For everything the movie does wrong, and trust me, there is some really cringy stuff with the prequel, like being, my name's Han. Oh, what's your family name? I don't have a family. Okay, how about Han Solo? Oh, and it's like, that's his name? He liked that name enough so that after 3 years being an Imperial soldier, he kept it. And when he marries Leia Organa, they take, the son gets Solo's name. Like, it's just a stretch. Like, why can't Solo just be his actual name? It's even weirder. He says he doesn't have a family name, but then when he's on the Millennium Falcon, or the version of it in this movie, with Lando, it says, oh, my dad used to build these ships. So he has a family, but he doesn't have a family name? Like, it's just, so, I feel like, to that movie, that little scene was probably how they sold the original movie, like, years back. And it's just kind of annoying. But at the same time, when you can get past all of the goofy things, this is a pretty fun Star Wars adventure movie. It's really light. It's not heavy like Last Jedi. It's just, a light adventure film set in the Star Wars universe. And for that stuff, I could really enjoy it. I mean, some of the twists and turns they do are completely anticipated, but I still enjoyed the movie. That's like, it's a tough movie to like review because it's almost knowingly bad. It's like, it knows it's bad, but it's still doing what it wants to do. And I think the biggest mistake they made was putting it out like 5 months after The Last Jedi. Like, I think this would have worked better if it had come out after The Force Awakens. After you spoil for Force Awakens, after Han Solo was killed, and then you kind of see how his story began. Like, it would make much more sense, and it makes more sense to have Rogue One after The Last Jedi, because a lot of Rogue One is about sacrifice, and the movie would kind of link together. And I think what happened was, like, they took the script writer was working on Han Solo, and then they got him to instead work with J.J. Abrams on The Force Awakens, so they had to push Solo back. But I mean, it's just, I don't know, there's a lot of weird stuff. It would be interesting to see how they take this movie not doing so well. So I'd probably give this movie like a 7 out of 10. Like, it has a lot of stupid things about it, but it's still a fun Star Wars adventure. If you like Star Wars movies, you've probably already seen it. But, I mean, this is the kind of movie that you could wait till it comes to home video or something. Like, I don't think you need to see it in theater, although it's fun to see the things on the big screen, especially, all the Star Wars stuff. And, thanks for watching. You can check out other playlists on my head or subscribe to me over here. Thanks.